Hello, today we're going to be playing some more NavalArt. Today is just a quick tutorial how to arm your battleship. So I just built this a few days ago and I was originally just going to play with it, but I was like, wait a minute, I haven't put out a tutorial before of how to actually arm your ship. So I put out tutorials how to build but not how to arm. So first of all, you'll need your own ship, or you can download this ship. I put it in my workshop, so you can grab a copy of it. So it'll just be blank, exactly what you see here. So I actually designed this because I wanted it to be able to perform on like storms and that, and be able to go underwater without being destroyed. So anyway, let's begin. So when you're wanting to arm your battleship, I tend to cut my ship into sections of how I'm going to do it. So round about here, I'm going to have smaller guns, like I'm going to have anti-aircraft guns, and I'm going to have small turrets. Round here, I'm going to have the bigger guns. So the front of your battleship or whatever you're arming tends to have the biggest guns. Not always, but it tends to, and you tend to have some anti-aircraft guns on the end, and you may, if you want to, put like a turret on here. Next, on the back of the battleship, you can have like planes, or you can have more guns, or you can just keep it blank. I'm going to actually put some guns on the back of mine though. So I tend to think of it in three sections. So first of all, we're going to actually add some guns to these front bits here. So last time I did one of these videos, I forgot to actually record my mouse cursor on here, so I decided to do that so you could see what I was doing. So first of all, you want to pick like a big turret, like a really big turret. So for example, you don't want something like this because it's just too small and it won't look good, or it won't behave how it's supposed to on the front of a battleship. I tend to go with something like this, or it's something bigger than that. For this tutorial, I'm just going to use that. So you actually be able to place as many of these as you want, but just to get rid of it, you'll just press X or delete on your keyboard. Next, we're actually going to put on some smaller turrets on the next level down. So for these, you want something maybe like as big as these ones, but I think that's maybe a little big because it is overlapping. I think it might actually be bigger than the turret above. You don't want anything like these. These go on like the main or the back of the ship because it is just too small and won't do any damage. So what I was thinking of is something like these to go here. So just on the edge of the battleship. Don't worry if they aren't lined up, you can always line them up later on. Next, I would put maybe just a small turret here, like that. So you've got your front guns already done, so they aren't too hard normally to do the front guns. It's more I find the middle of the ship the hardest because you want to make it look good, but at the same time you want it to like perform good. So obviously like something like this wouldn't work because you have your big turret at the top. So next, we're actually just going to put some like smaller turrets just here. So what you need to decide if you want to have two or just one in the middle. I'm going to have one in the middle. So next, you tend to put on like some just smaller guns around, like stuff like this. But I'm not going to do that today because this is just a quick tutorial. So next we're going to do some anti-aircraft guns. So if you want anti-aircraft guns, you probably should go with something small. Something like, you want like small and big anti-aircraft guns. So the small ones you tend to put on like these towers, for example. So these will cover the tower. So we want to put some of these on, just for example. There we are. Next, we're actually going to put on some of these lightweight guns here. So you tend to put these like here, for example, and put these here. So we've got some coverage up here. So you want to make sure you can fire in every direction possible with the battleship. You don't want it not to be able to fire it out. You don't want like blank spots where you can't fire, because then your enemy will try and use them. So next, I'm going to actually use some of these. So to rotate, you press A or D to rotate. Like you can, here the controls are actually at the bottom of the screen if you look. So we're going to spread these out like that. Here we are. So that's that side done. I'm going to also do this side. So A to rotate, then we put this here. Okay, so X to deselect, because you don't want to put any more on. Well, you might want to, but I don't. So here are all your controls just down here, if you're wondering what I was talking about. Next, you may want to put torpedoes on. Battleships don't tend to have torpedoes, but whatever you want to have on your battleships, up to you. So next we're going to put these. So you can also do this. I don't know why you'd want to, but you can if you're wondering. So these will fire at smaller ships, and they'll also fire at other, like, they'll just fire at small ships and planes. They're anti-aircraft. So if you have a look here, this is what tells you if it's anti-aircraft. So anti-air, yes. Anti-air, no. So these will not shoot at aircraft if you tell it to, because it just can't physically do it. So next we're going to put some of these on. This is kind of a weird battleship design. Don't ask me what happened here. I just kind of wanted it. But like, let's just do it anyway. So we'll put them there. See, this is not quite centered. You can always just move it around to how you want it. This is showing. Normally you wouldn't want that, but for a tutorial it's fine. But next we probably want to put some like anti-aircraft guns on the back here. So we're going to put this here. So next we're going to put in some more anti-aircraft guns. So I like these ones because I find these have got a good range and tend to be able to deal with bigger aircraft and like heavy bombers and that. Because I find there's some bombers, I don't know if it's just me, but I find there's some bombers that can completely just destroy you. Like, and they tend to send 3 of them, and like they're pained. So next we're just going to we're going to just equip some of these small turrets at the back, just for fun. So well, not just for fun, but like these will just cover you. It's just more firepower. You want firepower. Next I'm going to put like some of these like sort of things at the front. So what you can do is, I wouldn't recommend doing stuff like this, because if you have a look, the big gun at the top, it'll collide with it and it'll have to go up if it can, and it just means it can't fire where you want it to fire, and that's not good. So next we're just going to put some of these here, rotate area. So we've got some more of these. I'm trying to keep this as short as possible because I know you probably want to design your own. So let's just keep this as short as possible. So put this here. So that's anti-aircraft sort of done. I personally I'd put more anti-aircraft on, but for this tutorial it doesn't matter. And next we'll put some dual purpose turrets, just anywhere you want really. I'm just going to put mine here, just in the middle area. So these coming down, I'm going to show you a quick trick of how to get rid of them. So if you go to here and you open settings, you can turn you get the elevator, and this will go up like that. There you are. So just do it until it's disappeared. I don't think it will let me do it anymore, but anyway, there you are. That's how you get rid of the wrong bits. Next, we'll just I would recommend doing stuff like this, just putting these here, because you can never have enough anti-aircraft guns, I find. Next, I would recommend just putting some more turrets around. So next, I'm actually going to show you how the full gun system works. So we're going to just press X, and we're going to save this first, because we definitely want to save this. So we're going to override it. It doesn't matter if it says that. It'll save this. To load, by the way, you can just go onto here and pick the aircraft that you want. Next, we're going to go into test, and we're going to test our aircraft. No, aircraft. Battleship. So, a few of you were saying that you are having problems with your propeller. Make sure that your propeller is pointing the right way and your rudder is pointing the right way. If you have invert control, that's most likely it. If you don't, go and have a look in settings. So here's our aircraft. So these turrets here, these won't, or the ones that some say they can do an aircraft, but I the only way to actually get them to do it is to press Control and turn this to AA green, so AA stays all, and these will automatically fire now. If you want, you can see. So he destroyed that aircraft there. So these will automatically go back, and you can't. If I go into one, you can't use these while they're on this setting. It's just impossible because it's the way the game's set up. But anyway, if you like this video, please give it a like, and I'll see you another time. If you're wondering how you load in a model, just by the way, go to workshop, and here will be your subscribed things. If you have no subscribed models, go to the Steam workshop and pick whatever you want. You'll be able to find mine. There'll be a link in the description if you want to use it. So that's how you find it. Next, that's basically how you do it. So then you just click on here and load.